I know what some of you are thinking. I've done nothing to improve my health and fitness, or them New Year's resolutions in January, just nothing. It's really common, and I wouldn't overthink it. If you're still motivated and you still have it in your best interest to kind of, lose a little bit of weight, get fitter, get stronger, do some exercise, eat a little bit healthier, now's a good time as any. You don't have to start in Jan. Let's be honest, some people that start in Jan have already dropped out, got nowhere quickly. So the fact that you've maybe taken a little bit of longer time, if it's put you into the best position to start, then now is a good start. Feb is a good time to kind of go in. It's not too late to start this year off as such. Now, I wanted to go over a few things really, or a few mindsets that I think help people regardless of their experience, starting point, what they have as goals. There's a few kind of principles and a few kind of quotes and sayings that I think will help put you in the right mind frame to kind of make sure that 2025 you are in some way, shape or form changing your lifestyle and becoming fitter and healthier overall. The first principle that we're going to go over, or the quote should I say, that I hear a lot that I want you to have is, are you ready for it? All the gear, no idea. I hear this a lot from beginners, and it's usually kind of looked at as a negative kind of quote, but it's not. It is music to my ears, and here's why you should have that kind of mindset and that approach of get all the gear and literally have no idea what you're doing. Believe it or not, that is a real good starting point. First of all, you've gone out your way and you've actually planned and you're prepared. You've got the stuff that you need. The chance of success, having the stuff that you need versus not having it. Think about that. If you have all the gear, the trainers, the clothing, the sweat towel, the this, that, the other, the probability of success is greater than if you don't have that. So it is important that we have all the gear that we need. It's going to be a great motivation and a great asset to have. Now, having no idea what to do can be a huge bonus, especially for me, because I can hopefully facilitate better change as long as you're open to that change. People that suggest that they have an idea or they have experience doing it can sometimes get stuck in old ways that don't work or inappropriate ways. And they can fall into this mindset that they've done this before or they know how to get fit and, therefore they're just not open or coachable or willing to learn or change from someone like me, the coach. So having experience and just people thinking they know what to do, how to do it, can be a massive block to them actually changing. So as you approach getting fitter and healthier this 2025, seriously, get all the different bits you need and have all the gear and literally have no idea, and then come and get the help and support you need. It's a really good starting point overall. Second thing, everybody has heard the tale of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. This is a really important fairy tale because it has some really, really important kind of values that everybody needs to take on, especially when kind of improving your health and fitness in terms of getting fitter and stronger. It really matters. So as you know, the tale of Goldilocks and the 3 bears, basically too hot, too cold, just right. Yeah? That's the same when it comes to exercise. Too much, too little, no good. It needs to be just right. Moderation and balance. When you're picking weights up, too heavy, too light, either of them are no good. It needs to be just right. Now, this is the mindset that I want you to approach when you go into your training. So if you come to the studio and you come into the group exercise, especially if you're quite new, over the first few weeks, find your Goldilocks zone, I call it, the bit where balance is. So if you're selecting weights, I don't know, say you're coming to one of our strong sessions, over a few weeks, you're trying to find a weight that is applicable to you. We do not want it too light. You won't get the effect that we need. But we don't want it too heavy either. There's a balancing aspect that we need overall. This basically falls in line with people that have poor Goldilocks zoning usually fall into the all or nothing mindset. I either do absolutely everything I can or I'm not doing it at all. And the Goldilocks principle is about not having an all or nothing mindset. It's about operating within that middle bit overall. And to do that effectively does take time and consistency. You need that learning curve of how stuff feels, and you need to develop it up. Sometimes you will bite off a little bit more than you can chew. Sometimes you will be kind of undershooting and not quite making it as effective as you could be. But over time, with a little bit of patience and a little bit of mindset around, let me get this right, let me get this balance, let me find my Goldilocks zone, your progression will be a lot quicker overall than any sort of all or nothing mindset. Okay, number 3, every day is training day. I want you to be physically active every single day. This does not mean that you just smash yourself every day. The principle is not that. When we look at all the guidance and research, we need to directly train between 3 to 5 times per week. But it's suggested, especially for health benefit, you and me should be active every single day. That may mean going for a walk. That may mean doing some gardening, but you should use your body, use your muscles, and raise your heart rate a little bit every single day. So keeping that mindset of every day's training day is really on 2 fronts. There is that practical output that I should be doing something physical every single day. But it's also a mindset for me. It starts shifting your mindset of being physically active is something you do and something that you are. Every day's training day, repeating it, you'll start to live that overall. Now, if you're completely sedentary at the moment, you just going to do every single day is obviously not a good idea, in line with what we just said about all or nothing. But it should be a goal that we push forwards towards. The fact that, let's say you don't train at all, right? 0, or you train really sporadically. Just start off with twice a week. Make that stick. And then, you add a bit more physical activity around of it. And over the course of, let's say, 4, 5, 6 weeks or a couple of months, you just build up that frequency bit by bit, pushing towards, and it won't always be perfect. You won't always be successful. But we're trying to be physically active every day because every day is training day, and it is in our benefit and in our health, the improvement of our health, to try and do that or move towards it. Next one is a really famous one. You'll have heard this before, but it's something that I've spouted for absolute years because it's completely true. You cannot out-train your bad diet. It is completely impossible, and it's really impractical because it would just inhibit you overall. So let's be honest, no matter how hard you train, your diet is the real kind of cornerstone when it comes to reaching your health and fitness goals, right? If you think about it, let's say, you're trying to out-train your shitty diet. It's a poor mindset, I've always said, but let's say you just smash yourself in the gym for an hour, intense running, lifting weights, just batter yourself. At most, you're going to burn about 600 calories. You think about how easy that is to pack away. 600 calories, you can inhale that from a burger. It's going to take you an hour of absolutely battering yourself, 600 calories, and you could eat 600 calories really quite comfortably within 5 minutes, right? You can't out-train, you can't out-cardio, you can't out-lift consistent poor food choices. But the main thing is even that alone, because it's a poor mindset around it, right? There's more to food and diet than just kind of earning your food. I hear that a lot, earn your food. Like, don't earn your food, eat for health. Whether you've trained or not is kind of, at a low level, slightly irrelevant. You don't need to eat because you've exercised. You need to keep eating so you stay healthy and you provide the energy for your body and that your body needs. And there's a balance to that regardless of whether you've trained or not. Now, along with trying to train your poor diet, there's a general rule. So the next thing that kind of plays into this, and it's the 80-20 rule. 80% of your diet, we should be kind of trying to get it as nutritious as we can, and it leaves 20% for either kind of, we'll just say, didn't quite go as well, or maybe just some nice indulgences here and there, right? It's always been suggested, and you hear it always do the rounds within the fitness and kind of health industry, and that kind of 8 to 20% rule for kind of weight management, health, it does hold up true in my experience. So if you do want to progress, then you need to start improving your diet. So the majority of it, you're eating really nutritious foods so you can have a greater impact on your fat loss, on your muscle gain, and your overall health. Now, in line with that, nutrition and quality of food absolutely matters. Now, I get a lot of people say that, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a pro, I'm not experienced, I'm not knowledgeable enough. And my quick answer to that is start learning, right? If you want to make the best inroads, your ignorance and stupidity, while it's completely fine at the start, it is not okay to stay there. Go and improve, go and find out what's in your foods and what kind of, what nutrition do we need and why does your body need it? Filling your body with nutrient-dense foods with like lean proteins, loads of fruit and veg, good whole grain, not only supports your kind of fitness by fueling your energy levels, it helps your immune system, it boosts your mental clarity, where, your poor food choices, your highly processed food, your high saturated fat, high salts, it slows you down. And ultimately, it will lead to your demise, your ill health. So you upskilling your knowledge and you understanding nutrition and food and diet better is something that you have to do. If you really want to live healthier and better, upskill your knowledge. Nutrition, nutrient qualities matter. Next, this one's a motivation one again, and it's remembering that discipline beats motivation hands down every single time. Let's just focus on what motivation is first. It's the ability or the feeling to want to do something. You are motivated to do it. That is based in feeling and based in present moment. There will be times though where you do not feel like doing it, and there will be times that you feel like doing it. And both of them are kind of imposters. If I'm brutally honest, the amount of time I'm completely 100% up for it and motivated is quite rare. And I think it would shock people how many times I have to really kind of just push myself to do it and remain disciplined to the actions that I want to do, opposed to just how I feel about it. Now, motivation can be useful. So when you are motivated, use that. That should just enhance everything. It should make things easier. But do not rely on it, because your motivation is going to fade. And you just need to keep working on the habit formation and being disciplined to keep showing up for yourself. If the plan is to attend 3 sessions a week, right, that's what's needed. Let's be honest, for most people, average amount, 3 sessions a week. You don't necessarily have to do any more than that, but it'd be really great if you didn't do any less than that. But average it out 3 times a week. I'll guarantee one of them you'll probably feel motivated for. It'll just be convenient, it'll be all good. As we get, through it, there could be 2 of them sessions where you're just like, this is a bit tough, oh, I'm a bit tired, oh, I've got this on though, oh, the kids, this, that, and that. It's like discipline. Keep showing up, right? You being disciplined and sticking to it will get you significantly better results than you turning up when you're just motivated. The amount of times you turn up disciplined will stack up. The amount of times when you turn up where you're only, I'm only turning up if I'm motivated, it'll be so rare. So don't rely on motivation. When it does show up though, use it, enhance it, but stick with the mindset of discipline over motivation every single time. Next is the double P. Double P. First P, patience. You need to have patience overall. Second P moves into what we've just talked about in terms of discipline, and it's perseverance. If you want to become fitter and healthier in all manner of ways, then you need that double peer approach. You need to be patient and you need to persevere with what you're doing. Things do not change quickly. You will become frustrated. It will get difficult. You'll have periods where it goes well, periods where it don't go so well. Don't get frustrated with your perceived lack of results. A lot of people are poor measurers or poor understanding of how they're actually progressing, and it can put a damper on it. But you need to remain patient. If I'm honest, most of the results I get at the studio, if you go onto my website and you see the before and after pictures, there is nothing quick about any of them. Now, a lot of them get great results within like 12 weeks or so, 3 months or so. But the majority are getting them results based off I'm talking months and years. For some people, the body transformation of both mind and body is occurring over years. Now, I don't want that to put you off, but that is the reality. If you really want the benefit from health and fitness, healthy eating and exercise and lifting weights and doing cardio, it's important that you stay consistent with it over long, long periods of time. You need to have patience. And the only way that you can carry on doing is perseverance, that discipline. Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. Not you just being a little bit faddy and the moment it gets tough, you drop off again. Show some resilience. Persevere, knowing that what you're trying to do is completely in your best interest. I've got 2 more for you. These are the final 2 of today. The next one is progress. Track it. I've just kind of half alluded to it. Measure something. See where your starting point is. Now, this is going to be a really uncomfortable thing to do if you do this properly. You need to look at where you're at and be really, really critical. I have some tough conversations with people when it comes to recognizing the square that they're currently on and where their health is and where their stats are in order to push it forwards. Now, I had a conversation over the last week where a new starter, there was I don't want to we're talking about goals and moving forwards, and she was kind of like, I don't want to get to a point where 5 years down the line I'm really overweight. And I have the hard conversations with people. I felt like I could say it to her at the time, and I'd built up that trust, and I was kind of like, I don't kind of want to stretch to offend you, but I need you to realise that your stats today, you are already very overweight. So from where your body fat is, the amount of body fat, you're already at the position where you think that you don't want to be in 5 years. Now, some people would call that harsh, but I needed that individual to understand that you're already there, so it's important that we kind of move this forward today, and we can't have any delays, and we don't need to rush it. We need to have patience and persevere. But I need you to have the mindset that where you think you're going to end up and you don't want to be there, you're already there because the data shows it. Measuring your progress and understanding your starting point is really crucial to getting the right motivation and understanding the progression points as we move through. So get measured, get managed, track your results, track your progress, and it's going to help you stay accountable and see results in the long run. Now, the final kind of thing and principle to do to turn around 2025 or to get 2025 started is go get some support and guidance, right? Come and see someone like me, a coach that's geared around health first, and make sure you kind of have that accountability. It's where the group exercise at the studio is really beneficial. You're going to be surrounded by people that are cheering you on similar journeys and really trying to push their health and fitness forwards. Therefore, it makes it significantly easier for you to do the same. It's a level of kind of social herding. If you're surrounded by people that are doing positive things, the likelihood of you doing positive things is significantly higher. If you're around people that exercise often, the chance of you exercising often goes up. If you're surrounded by people that eat healthier, talk about healthier habits, don't smoke, don't drink to excess, the likelihood of you doing them, we'll just say negative aspects, is lower, and you'll start to behave in a way that people that are around you behave also. The trick is to go to the positive places. Go to groups of people that have the values and the morals and the goals and the things that you're trying to do. They have that insight as well. If you're trying to improve your diet, do not look for support with people that eat like shit. If you're trying to quit smoking, do not go to people and look for support that smoke, right? It makes perfect sense when you say it out loud, but you see a lot of people do it. You need to choose your support circle and your accountability circle really positive, and they could do with having the same kind of goals or the standard of kind of living that you are wanting to uphold. It will help massively. So there you have it. They are my top kind of quotes, kind of values and things that you should think about. Maybe, re-listen to this if you need to go over some of them bits before. Put a comment below which one you think's most useful for you in terms of mindset, in terms of quote. Is it that Goldilocks principle, all or nothing principle? Is it about, trying to stay disciplined rather than motivated? I want to know what you think's really going to help push you forwards. If you've enjoyed today's podcast, please, it really helps and means a lot. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you stay tuned because I'll be dropping the episodes in each and every month throughout the whole of 2025 to help you get fitter and stronger. The next podcast, I've already had quite a few people ask for it. It's a more in-depth look at creatine. That will be the next podcast dropping, so make sure you keep an eye on it. Other than that, I hope you really found it interesting, helpful today. In the meantime, till you hear from me next, stay active, stay healthy. Every day's training day. Thanks a lot, everyone. See you later. Bye-bye.